Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to my channel. 'Tis my birthday, and only on very, very special occasions do I even go near, let alone unbox, perfumes from the past that are no longer in existence. But to celebrate a moment like a birthday, which in many cases is connected also to sadness, melancholy, pondering all the things you've done in the past and how much time you have left. All of that is connected to perfumes, because perfumes, when you apply them, you have those top notes, you give birth to them on your skin, and then they slowly start fading away from your skin, and then you hit the dry down, the most beautiful part of a perfume, if the perfume is good and well formulated, and then the perfume slowly but surely dies on your skin. And there's a sadness to that beauty, to captivating through perfumes the concept of life and death, having it all intertwined within a beautiful smell is very poetic to me. And certain perfumes have more that power than other perfumes do. In the twilight of this 20s kitchen, I wish to unbox with you a discontinued perfume that I have stocked up on and have one bottle that is sealed from the last batches ever produced. Who knows if they're ever going to come back again. But today, to celebrate my birthday and also to celebrate the love of perfumes, I wish to unbox with you the extrait of Cuir de Russie. Yes, we are going to unbox, open up, and smell Russian Leather by Chanel from 1924. Ernest Beau is the nose behind this one. However, obviously the formulation that we have here is not from 1924. This is the last batch produced, 8101. So this is about a year and a half to 2 years old, and they interrupted production right about 2 years ago. So I have this last batch, you guys. There it is, 8101. That's the batch. So I want to say this is 2023, 2024 year of production. Let's check out. So it's still sealed. You can see in its beautiful, perfectly folded plastic foliage. And then for the last ever iteration of Cuir de Russie as of now, because it's been discontinued as Extrait, as a parfum by Chanel. The eau de parfum is still in production, however. This is the ingredients list and notes that Chanel gives us on this perfume. I feel like I'm in the David Lynch, may he rest in peace, last season of Twin Peaks, The Return, where certain songs were played in the Double R Diner and in the Roadhouse, not in the Double R, not in the Double R Diner, in the Roadhouse, and the Chromatics, in particular, gave that haunting vision of singing like for the last time, you know. So here goes. Let's unbox and smell this masterpiece, Cuir de Russie, in its last iteration ever as a parfum. Hopefully, Chanel will bring the parfum concentration back again. Until they do, we have our memories and we keep them alive as best we can, and no better time to wake up ghosts and memories and emotions than during the day of your birthday. So, here goes, you guys. Oh man. I'm kind of sad to open it also because, well, I do have another one that's still sealed, so, but I love these extraits so much, you guys. Okay, here goes. There it is. With the badrouchage, the wax seal with the double C. Check it out. And there it is. Oh man, emotional. So we got the batch code back there, 8101. Isn't this beautiful? Such a masterpiece and such a beautiful bottle, and they don't make them anymore in these little bottles. It's so sad. And there it is, Cuir de Russie. Now, we do have that little foliage surrounding it and the wax seal, which we have to cut off in order to take everything off. And, you know, once that's done, once the seal is broken, it's broken. So I am thinking of photographing this perfume before I open it, so I have it for my archives. Bear with me, because once I break the seal, I cannot do it again. So let me just make a photo here for my archives, you guys. Bear with me. On this table, which, you know. One last time, we just have to take a photo. And now we're going to cut with these little scissors the seal off. I know a lot of people try to tamper with these little threads so that the wax seal stays attached to the lower part of the bottle. But to be perfectly honest with you, maybe we can take a thumbnail as well. But to be honest with you, I don't like to have that thread close to the opening of the bottle because it can touch the liquid, because this is a splash bottle. It's not a spray bottle. So I like to take all of this away from the bottle. I know some people like to keep it. Not me. But I will keep the wax in a separate little container as, you know, just as a memory, obviously, because I love that little double C. Maybe like take another picture. Okay. That one. Okay. Okay, here goes, you guys. We are going to cut into the seal. I do it at the top part here. Oh, there you go. Nice. Okay, so then we're going to pull the little thread out. And, you know, this is part of the pleasure of these perfumes. It's also kind of the joy of the clinical precision of unboxing them. Is part of the ritual of enjoying a perfume, not just taking the lid off, spraying it on, and, you know, we're done. We have, and by the way, this little badrouchage moment is done by hand. Maybe another one of the reasons why they discontinued them, because it's a lot of work, you know, a lot of work to get them all waxed and sealed. So, all right, let me now try. You know what? This is interesting. The way that they put this together seems almost like they want the bottom to stay there. All right. Let's break the seal. Got it. We're almost there, guys. Okay, so the wax seal is here with the double C still intact. So I'm going to preserve the little wax seal. And we're going to pull the thread off, clear it as much as possible, and then find the spot where this little foil can be lifted. Found it. Okay. So now we're going to pull this off, the little skin. It's like a snake shedding its skin. Look at this. It's getting a new life. It's shedding its skin and it's going to grow a new skin. There you go. And it is free. Finally free. Hopefully we can open it without any issues. Sometimes they're a little bit stiff. These lids, you remember me trying to unbox Coromandel Parfum. The bottle was flawed. It didn't want to open. It broke on camera. Go check out that video. That was a doozy. No, this one is super, super soft. Okay, all right. Smooth as a baby. Oh, the first oxygen touches it. Let's do the little double C. They love to apply it as a little double C. Oh my God. I mean, this is as close as it gets to magic, you guys. This is... This is as close as it gets to pure bliss and beauty. Seriously, let me take a couple of droplets. And then on the chest as well. There you go. Okay. Actually, hold on. Let me do a little bit more. Let me also put some here for the review. And then whatever is left on the top of the bottle, we lifted it off. And we can close the bottle now. Oh my God. It is such a shame that Chanel has discontinued Cuir de Russie in parfum form, because it's the closest you can get to its original version. I love the eau de parfum and the discontinued eau de toilette as well, but the extrait, the parfum, has a specific depth to it and intensity that goes more into the leather hay acidy accord with a ton of roses, and they only use the roses from Grasse, the May roses from Grasse, for their extraits. Chanel doesn't use their Grasse roses for their mass-released perfumes because there's not enough of them. So they reserve those special flowers only for their extraits, which they're no longer making, except for Chanel No. 5 and Coco Mademoiselle. But just bear that in mind. Here you have an extra overdose of leather, of what do we have here listed by Chanel? I mean, they have tobacco, ylang ylang, aldehydes, jasmine, vanilla, rose. There's like an irisy vibe there as well, but the leather accord, which they call literally Russian leather, I mean, perfume is called Cuir de Russie, is just on another level. Oh my God, it takes you, I mean, it's like smelling the 20s with an intensity that is bar none. And I want to say, you know, I have already reviewed the extrait of Cuir de Russie, and the one that I reviewed, the bottle that I already have, which is already open, uh, is from the early 2000s. So that bottle is from around about 2003, 2004. And this one is from 2023, roundabout. So 20 years difference, 20 years distance between the two. First of all, the one that I have that's 20 years old still smells amazing. This one smells just like the one from 20 years ago. So there is such a dedication, or there has been such a dedication from Chanel to preserve these extraits throughout the decades until they decided to discontinue them. And usually with Chanel extraits, when you first open them and use them for the first time, like they haven't really macerated or marinated in oxygen enough just yet. So they take a little more time to get there. Not with this one. This one, like before they kind of settle down and become deeper in smell, this one is right from the get-go a masterpiece. It is smoky. It is leathery. It is, if you could smell a color, it's the color of burned hay. And that tobacco, it's a wet tobacco mixed with the most beautiful bouquet of roses you could have, together with a dry suede leather accord. Man, I mean, the ilang ilang makes it slightly buttery. And then those aldehydes keep bubbling up and it just sparkles. So it's not one of your heavy leather accords that are just dry, you know, they dry up your throat a little, you smell them and you go, ugh. No, this thing pulsates with life. It's a pulsating, living thing, the way this thing smells. It's amazing. I mean, don't forget, you know, we're talking about the 20s, the mid 20s when this was first formulated. We have the whole suffragette movement, empowering women. You know, this is one of the first perfumes that uses what is usually considered to be a male dominated fragrance world when you call a perfume anything with leather in it. And yet Coco said, no, I am going to make a perfume targeted to women, but I'm going to call it Russian leather. A perfume called Russian leather would be made for men. Now, perfumes know no gender, and perfumes to me wear whatever smells good to you and on you. So this is very unisex, in my humble opinion. I mean, but the mere fact that Coco wanted to very specifically, even though she was at the top of the world fashion-wise, selling to everybody, everybody wanted her clothes. I mean, she was so popular. And she decided to use her influence to also take part in the movement to give more rights to women in the way she knew best how, you know, by using these slogans and calling a perfume Russian leather and targeting it to women. And this is when ladies started cutting their hair shorter, you know, meeting more in groups in town, in cafes, the whole academia movement, artistic movement, poetic movement was gaining more and more traction. And the suffragettes, it is said, many of them who could afford it, would wear Cuir de Russie. So this perfume is so feminine but also masculine. This perfume stands its ground. It is very firm. It is very, very severe, but it is also soothing, and it is also comforting, and it is also like a motherly embrace. Major mother energy. Major mother energy in this one. This one is like a statement. This perfume is a manifesto. This perfume is something that deserves to be on billboards for any political movement that is geared towards actually helping people and not faking anything, not faking your true intentions. This perfume is extremely powerful. It fine-tunes your thought. It fine-tunes your belief system in yourself. It makes you feel like you can achieve anything. Your mere presence and your mere existence today might not be accepted by most, but you got truth on your side. You got love on your side. You got facts on your side. And it might take a long time to get to that point where you are accepted, where you are embraced, where you are legal, but you will get there. And this perfume is like a constant echo that keeps reminding you of your power. It's amazing. And the fact that they've discontinued this concentration breaks my heart. Now, there is still hope because Coco Chanel used to love to layer Cuir de Russie with number 5 Extrait. And I do have the Extrait in spray bottle. Still have a couple of droplets left, and then I'm going to have to unbox a new vial. This is 7.5 milliliter Extrait of number 5. They still produce the Extrait of number 5. So, if you can't get your hands on the Extrait of Cuir de Russie, what I love doing, and I recommend doing, is getting the Extrait of number 5 and layering it with the Eau de Parfum, which is still in production and available in spray bottles, 75 ml and 200 ml. This would be the 200 ml size, Comate, different perfume, but you can also get the 75 ml of Cuir de Russie Eau de Parfum. And then, so what you do is first you spray your Extrait of number 5, or if you have the dabber version, you dab a little bit of Extrait of number 5, and then you spray on top of that, a thin layer of Cuir de Russie Eau de Parfum. And then you're going to get close to what this actually smells like, because Cuir de Russie was released just 3 to 4 years after number 5. Number 5 came out in 1921. So this is a further development of number 5. In fact, we do have similar DNA structures, olfactory-wise speaking, in Cuir de Russie. Cuir de Russie is like a further evolution of number 5. It takes number 5's base, core, soul, and it adds zest to it. It adds more character to it. While number 5 is a beautiful abstraction of an Art Nouveau or Art Deco perfume, Cuir de Russie starts to form its manifesto more clearly. The world is evolving and moving, and we need to be more defined and clear. By the time 1920s, 1924 comes, things are crystallizing more. Europe is in a euphoric state after the First World War passes, and in that, on the trajectory towards the second one, but in between, there was a euphoric state where people thought everything is possible. The technological revolution came as well, and everybody just wanted to evolve and to live. So you can imagine number 5 amped with political intention. So we shift from an abstraction of number 5 to a very concrete representation of what a perfume smells like in 1924, which is Cuir de Russie. So, in the current toned-down version of the Eau de Parfum of Cuir de Russie, we might not get so much of that zestiness, but we do tickle it out if we combine a number 5 with Cuir de Russie. If you don't have the Extrait of number 5, you can always get the Eau de Parfum of number 5 and spray that on. also fabulous, very powdery and dry. And then you add on top of the eau de parfum of number 5, you add Cuir de Russie eau de parfum as well. Those two layered are going to come pretty close to this. It's not going to be the same, but it's going to be definitely one heck of a character. So, but if you can get your hands on an extrait of Cuir de Russie, I mean, this thing is magical. It's a whole romance novel book. You know, it's like smelling the book War and Peace. It's like smelling something Émile Zola could have written. It's like smelling the poems that were written in the 20s in the cafes while the painters were painting. Misia Sartre was running amok. I mean, Baudelaire was in the air. You guys, this is Picasso was painting. Salvador Dali was creating the whole resurgence or the birth of abstraction and turning dreams into paintings, turning dreams into music, turning dreams into concrete, not just visions represented through art, but concrete representations of those visions and dreams through machines, cars, boats, machines that help you in your daily life, electricity evolution. I mean, we're talking a revolution and evolution of technology like we've never seen before. We're moving really fast with the evolution nowadays. Every new smartphone you get is smarter than the one before, and AI is evolving. But we are so used to quick evolution these days, like we can't even fathom how it actually felt in the mid-20s to be alive, no matter if you had money or no money, because in the 20s, we were shifting from having barely electricity to having machines that do everything for you. Like that technological evolution and revolution was so powerful that it seeped into the arts. It seeped into culture, into theater. And it seeped also into political beliefs and what people were thinking they could achieve in terms of freedom, unity, having a better life, having an easier life, a better life for everybody. That amount of energy in the air we don't feel anymore today. Today, yeah, we sit at home, we already have our smartphones or computers or tablets, and we can anonymously jump online and just vent our frustrations into the world with an anonymous profile, lacking a profile picture, and just doing whatever we want to do and complain about everything and mope and moan about everything and nothing is good enough and woe is me and oh, nothing is exciting anymore. We're bitter about everything, you know. But we take so much for granted that actually we have such a comfortable life, first world countries, mind you. We have such a comfortable life. We are so spoiled on so many levels that it is also hard for us to be surprised and enthusiastic about anything new. Back in the day, people with very low means, with very little money, it's not the same as poverty today in first world countries. For back in the day, in the 20s, to see a flicker of any hope in terms of making lives easier and better for people created such a sense of euphoria and happiness that today we don't feel anymore. We are numb. That numbness today is what keeps us asleep. And it keeps us from changing things for the better. Because we already technically have it well enough. So we become complicit to whatever scheme is going on in higher levels of government and what have you. Very different mood to what was going on in the 20s in Europe. Any little shift back in the day was a seismic shift. People felt it. It would shock you to the core and would make you feel energy and hope for the future. Nowadays, we have to learn again to wake up and have that hope again and fight for better things to come, for a better world. And yeah, believe it or not, something as little as this couple of droplets of perfume in a bottle that was made with said intentions and ideas and ideals in mind back in 1924. Little formula in this bottle, believe it or not, wakes up all of those feelings inside of me and makes me feel like there is a better world out there. There are opportunities for us out there. There is a chance for us to actually find our way back to our emotions, back to our enthusiasm, back to our hopes and dreams, and back to the fight. I smell my strength in this perfume. We have to find our strength again. We have to walk backwards if necessary to the point in time where we lost that strength. Find it again, recognize it again, enable it to live within us and to express itself through us again. And only then can we change anything. Otherwise, we remain numb and complicit. Until that sleepiness we're in turns into an endless sleep comparable to death. Man, how much I love this perfume. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts about Cuir de Russie Extrait, if you have ever smelled it, down below. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Bye.